Hey everyone, it's time for a 2-month diet update. It has been 62 days since I started the diet and things are going pretty well, so I'm going to go to the spreadsheet here in a second. But before I do that, I just want to let you guys know that I did get my safety squat bar. I was gone for a full week for work out in Denver and not sure how exactly my diet went those couple of weeks. I was eating terrible, super high levels of stress. I had to learn a whole bunch of information and cram it together over 4 days of sitting in this room for 7-8 hours and try and take a test and pass it. Still no idea how I did because it was just so much information. And traveling on top of that, I had a terrible time traveling. Ended up missing a plane and getting held up at security because my rotator cuff, apparently when you go into the scanners, you got to lift both hands up here, right? And I couldn't lift my right, so they're like, lift your arm up. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what's going on? And so I told them, and so I ended up having to go off to this special place and like swab my hands and check me for bombs. And then they wanted to check my laptop and then my ankle brace. It's just a mess. And because of that and a miscommunication, I ended up getting off the first plane. I had a layover and going to get my bag. Well, apparently, even though the guy told me that it'd be in baggage, they actually held it at the airport. So I had to go back through security, got pulled aside again. Same thing happened. Had to get another plane. Finally got that there. Tried to find a shuttle. It took me about an hour to get a shuttle. And they had pulled my bag off into this special area, so I was just sitting there for half an hour waiting for my bag. Like, where's my bag? And it was off in some special area with glass. I'm like, man, apparently I should not travel because I am super suspicious. Well, anyways, the shuttle, apparently there are 3 of the Embassy Suites by Hilton hotels in Denver. I was not aware of this, and the guy spoke very broken English, and I just could not understand what he said. I said, are you going to this place? He's like, yeah. The van said Embassy Suites. Took me to the wrong hotel. So it took me way out of my way. Then I had to get a taxi and go back, and just that was my whole ordeal. Just stressed through the whole week. So I think that really messed up my diet quite a bit. So the last week I'm just kind of estimating, and I'm using my weight for this morning to go on my diet. But this safety squat bar, kind of went off on a tangent there about my travel. Sorry. It's awesome. Oh my goodness. It's from Elite FTS. And I have never felt my back working that hard in a squat. And guys, buy one if you have the cash. And if you don't have the cash and go to gym, use one or ask them to buy you one. Because, oh my goodness, it takes so much out of your upper and middle back just to keep that bar up. I'll try and put a couple of clips in there. We couldn't figure out what to do with our arms and we're shaking all over and just trying to drive it up. It takes a lot out of your core and your upper body and your back that it just doesn't happen with a normal squat. So I'm excited that I can get under the bar and do some bar squats with the safety squat bar. And we did have to lower the weight, obviously, but that's really good. So I've been talking for like 4 minutes now. Let's go to the diet, all right?
This is it. Gonna try and go through this really quickly since I already spent a bunch of time on completely unrelated stuff. I weighed in today at 254.2. So a reminder, I started this diet 62 days ago at 272 pounds. So I've lost 17.8 pounds, and that's actually down 27.8 since January 1st. I started the year at 282 pounds. You can see here I'm a little bit behind on my goal. I wanted to be around 2.13 per week, and I'm at 2.01. So I'm still pretty happy with that. 2 pounds a week is not too shabby. Here is my graph over the year. So still got a nice downward trend, obviously, but this red line was my plan, and I'm a little bit above it now. So now that I'm back home, I need to get that under control. And just a comparison here, this blue line was my first diet and the green line is my current diet. So you can see from 272 over the first 62 days where I was at. And this diet's going a little bit better. However, you do see the gap is narrowing, so I'm pretty sure here I'm going to see this trend narrow out a little bit, and I'm going to start matching it. Now, the lowest that I did get on that first diet was to 251 pounds, but that was from 282. So my actual start of the first diet was a little bit higher. And just a reminder here, let me scroll all the way up. Yeah, you guys get to watch me scroll. Here is that year to date over the whole year. Zoom in a little bit on that. So you can see here, that was the lowest point, and it took a lot longer to get down to 251, but I'm starting from a lower point here. So the trend overall is very similar. So that's kind of interesting to see. Basically, even though my diets were pretty different each time, I'm getting the same results. So that is good, I suppose. But that is it. Take it easy. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, my diet spreadsheet for any of those who want to have access to this, I'll link that down below in the description. Go lift something heavy.
All right, let's do this.
Ooh, that pulled me right forward.
Keep that back tight. You are not tight at all. Big chest. Big chest.
Okay, that's the last one. Oh boy. You saw that?
Yeah, it's like your arms don't know what to do.
Yes.
It's like they're trying to push. And then you're like,